There is one very major thing that I seem to be learning in my life. Lately, there are many intense events which have been happening in my life. It's not just lately, I think I have always been a very intense and sensitive person. It's my asset as well as my weakness. I tend to overthink, overanalyze. I tend to easily notice every little detail, and it gets to me sometimes. And at 27 years old, I have learned many lessons about life. I have learned many things about myself. I have observed that I have I have changed a lot as a person, not totally not in an exclusively negative or positive way, but in both ways. But when I can see the main thing that has transformed within me, if I have to compare the person I was 4 or 5 years ago and the person I am today, it's as if life has made me become much more conscious and aware and concerned with what other people think about me. I don't know about other people, but it's like the more you grow up, the more you start to live for others. Sometimes you don't even realize it's unconscious. But then, there was a time when I was so carefree. I knew who I was, and I was not concerned with proving anything to the world. But more and more, I don't know why we have that fear. Maybe it's because people tend to criticize us, because we are surrounded by people who are very harsh on us, who are judgmental, and we have never been able to feel good enough, and we don't love ourselves the way we are. We constantly feel that people should be happy with the image that I'm projecting. People should be happy with what I'm saying. People must be happy with my choices and the way I live my life. We are all to some extent afraid of being alone, afraid of being rejected. I'm not an exception. And I do want to work on that. I don't want to spend the rest of my life pleasing people. I hate being a people pleaser. I'm not saying that you should be nasty or rude or just not care about people. That's not the way it works. But if you are living your life pleasing others, then you are missing out a lot on who you really are. I've always believed that your unique personality is precisely the biggest gift that you could be giving to the world. You have so much to offer, and you should never be copying other people or be hiding who you are to fit in, or not use your talents and not deliver your message to the world that you came here for. We all have a mission, a holy mission. We are not here by chance, we are not here by accident. Whether you're agnostic, atheist, or religious, I think most of us, we get meaning in our lives, we get happiness in our lives with the conviction that you and I and all of us, we are special. We have our place on this earth, and we should try to accomplish what we came here to do. It takes me a lot of time, a lot of years. It still takes me a lot of hard work to try to truly become as authentic as I can. Because yes, over the years I have lost myself, I have lost my joie de vivre, I have lost many things, I have forgotten who I was, I have been damaged, severely hurt and wounded, and I have suffered a lot. And all these sufferings have probably made me afraid to be myself. There are times when you just can't be yourself. Some people don't allow you to be yourself, and yet you can't just dissociate. You can't just run away and leave. It's not as easy as it seems. In movies they do that. But the good news is that I feel since some years and months and some experiences or events, if you wish, I'm truly learning who I really am, who I really want to be. And I don't think that we should be postponing that anymore. Life is way too short, guys. You should not be living your life to please another person. That is simply not healthy. It's not normal. You should not be afraid of losing people who don't love you for who you are anyways. These people don't deserve to be in your life. You are a great human being, and there is no reason why you should feel so bad about yourself all the time when you haven't done anything wrong. You should not feel afraid, you should not feel guilty, you should just be who you are. And that is the best gift you could give to yourself, I honestly believe. The journey is long, the journey has just begun. There is a lot of work to do. I'm not going to pretend that it's easy. It's not going to be easy, but it's going to be worth it. And you will have to do the work for yourself. As I always say, no one is going to do it for you. So that's basically my message for today, and I hope that I'm going to put my own words into action, because I've reached a point where I just see how futile it is, the whole attempt of pleasing everyone and losing yourself in the journey. You don't have to prove anything. You know who you are, and that's enough. People who love you for who you are will always love you. You won't have to try so hard to prove yourself to them.